commercial break to take some time. They wanted to Cursed Hollow, though, which is a very similar styled map in terms of how large it is. Macro decisions are everything here.
Yep, I love their pick. Raven, they are a team that has really not followed the macro skills up onto the top HGC Korean teams, and also MVP Miracle, of course, as a screen partner of Black. They're on top of macro and team fights, as you saw in game number 1. So if Miracle tries to go all macro here with the Haka, maybe even with Avatar, I think Raven's going to have a hard time trying to catch all that macro up.
I would agree, and I think that's where they need to focus their draft. I know they have comfort picks, and sometimes they have crazy picks. I think stay away from both of those, all right, and go into just a map-specific draft, a Falstad, Dahaka, Lockdown, that type of draft. We're going to start with a Tassadar ban. So we're not going to control globals in the banning phase.
Miracle, if they want to, they can go around and leave Zarya open and give it to Raven and go towards the global, pick the Haka and even Vala with Ariel up later on. With Tassadar gone, we've seen just Vala with Ariel. That was enough. We saw from from the highlights beginning of today. Merryday just taking care of Vala by himself. That seemed like enough for MVP Black. Can Darvish also make that come true? We'll see if that happens.
Yep, we will. Interesting long amount of time spent here for Miracle.
I think they're trying to decide if they want to ban the global or
ban well, it shows the global or Zarya. I think is the other thing they were considering. If Raven wants to ban, or rather draft, in the direction that we have described, I think they're going to take Zarya, or not Zarya, take the Dahaka here for global. But if they want to go the other way, they take the Vala. Even though Zarya is available, the Vala is more important, and Miracle can't really take the Zarya away from you unless they have a draft that works with the Zarya. So if they want to go down the comfort pick route, if they want to go down the team fighting route and just leave macro to the dogs, then they take Vala. They take Zeratul instead, which I can't understand the prioritization considering their opponents here. And we saw some good Void Prisons in that last game. We'll have to make it worth it, and Dahaka's immediately just take it up.
Here we go. You just saw some skin fashion shows coming up from Muradin and the Haka. And with that, I think Miracle is already set. They're set, ready to go. They have global, solo lane, top lane. Muradin can build on his stacks again. Maybe even go into Q build again. Coming out from, as we saw from Noble SL5 last weekend. And I think Raven is just...
Well, they can't get the Trinity now either. No. They can't have Vala, Ariel, and Zarya, because whichever they leave will be banned. And it's tough to only have 2 of the 3 against such a good team. You can make it work. We have seen it work. We've seen L5 run this, and it's worked flawlessly, but L5 is the best team in this league, so Raven going to have a harder time with that type of drafting. If they want the Zeratul to pair with the later Diablo, once again, I feel like they're drafting way too gimmickly in a situation where, you know, they had their best shot against this team last time, and a lot of that was through standard drafting. This is going to look pretty normal, though. They lock in the Malfurion and the Li Ming.
They got some pokes to cancel that channeling, and also Malfurion to have that. We saw from game number 1, just having that root right in the middle of the choke points, it zones the enemy out. It really takes 2-3 seconds to actually have the team fight with all together, and also Twilight Dream just turns everything around. So great pickup from the beginning.
In terms of bans here, you could lock out a tank, but with Raven picking strange tanks so far, not necessarily what they're going to go for. I'd like to see Raven ban Arthas, but we haven't really seen too much triple tank. It's tough to pick a tank in this situation, though, or rather pick a ban in the situation for Raven.
Taking out DTC cancels that global potential. And there are none left. Oh, Brightwing technically, but still.
Yeah, technically.
I'm
like Illidan with the hunt. I mean, technically.
That's a global.
All right, they're looking at the Grey Mane. Again, Crazy Moving killed it last game. the Ariel is because they know that Vala Ariel is still available, and that's something they can grab. And then it wouldn't even be totally out of the question that we see the Arthas as the 5th pick with the triple tank with Vala is absolutely reasonable. Rare, but we've seen it done a lot. MVP Miracle specifically being the team that runs this more than anyone else with the triple tank. Going to be the Greymane highlight, and I think they're going to stick with it and lock it in, which means we probably will see that Valarial, as you like to call it, as the Koreans call it.
It's a good word. It becomes 2 heroes becoming 1 word. I always love to call the combo. Like we saw Sorande, as you mentioned lots of times from last year. The Tyrande and ETC put together.
Okay.
They're giving it a thought for a second, but I'm sure Vala is just on top of their head right now, just thinking of the other options possible.
As Li Ming removed, it becomes pretty obvious you have to really feel, unless they want to go down the Tychus path, with Tychus solo damage and a 5th pick Mage. That's really the only way this works. We had the Nazebo highlight for Raven as well on the ban, so maybe that they're afraid that Miracle will pick that, play a slower game, have that long stack up with the Spiders, the Widowmakers coming in. I think we're just going to see Valarial, though. Just feels the best under the circumstances. But no, it will be the Nazebo and Hammer. So it might even just be Rhaegar, Karzim lining up at the end. I'm kind of laughing about this pick.
I think Ancano is maybe the only one that actually has to be careful here, as Nazebo and Sergeant Hammer are not likely to dive into the enemy side, and Malfurion's Twilight Dream is of course something that you have to really worry about, as we saw Konkona blowing up sometimes with that 7-sided strike last game. Something that seems a little bit fun to watch is the meta and the drafting of both styles. Raven is really focusing on the damage assassin from the beginning, and when Miracle always picks up the Morden, this is something that we see from the higher up team. MVP Black focusing the tanks, MVP L5 really focusing Arthas, and Morden highly likely, and also Tempest really liking Tyrael from the beginning of the draft. So you see these differences between the teams.
They are going to go down that Diablo path again, though, G-Clef with the APOC combo.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I am worried about boss contention for Miracle with their draft. They have Dahaka. They could perhaps pull someone out. They have the Bro there. Emergent gets it on with Avatar, but in terms of sustained healing,
it's not a bad draft. You gotta say it's not a bad draft. But from game number 1, we saw some of those combo missing. So I'm not quite sure if they will be on 100% every single time.
The Void, the Grenade, obviously Malfurion's ability to root, and his big silence. I feel like they have really good boss control. I would like to see the Rhaegar here. Just have Ancestral for protection on the front line with the double front lines they have with Dahaka and Muradin. We're going to have Dahaka for the flank. Obviously, Rhaegar has good wave clear and can also, with Wolf Run, if he takes it at level 1, zip around the map. Karzim is the more mobile option, and they are going to take it. So there's obviously pros and cons to both sides. Darvis has historically preferred the Karzim. So, you know, obviously Karzim eventually has that kind of mobile cleanse and, you know, can isolate a target and blow them up with 7-side if that's the way he wants to go about it. We'll probably see Palm. I think both drafts here are solid. Definitely a much better draft for Raven this game than in the previous one, as both teams having a well-rounded draft. No massive strengths or weaknesses on this super big map here. Miracle, though, does have control of the globals as we go into game number 2 here on Cursed Hollow. This is HGC Korea with Wolf and G-Clef. In blue, Joju on the Malfurion, Hamlin on Zeratul, Enemix on Li Ming, Diong on Tychus, and HA2 on Diablo. It's Raven.
And in red, MVP Miracle. Ancona and Morden. Dami on the Haka. Sniper on Sergeant Hammer. Crazy moving on... I missed it. Crazy moving on the Zevo. And of course Darvish on Karazim at the end.
Yep.
Not likely to see 7-sided. Maybe to actually blow Diablo up in the front line. And looks like H82 has been diving very aggressively. Maybe it's their good chance to just cut one off from the beginning of the team fight.
Yeah, that could be what we see, but I think it will be the Palm.
Nami's trying to taunt, and we'll have taunts coming in soon at 2.0. Yeah. But not yet.
The, yeah, there's no buff for Varian, come on. Ooh, Dion gonna get blown up. Spiders are good. CC is even better. Joju is super aggressively staying here, by the way. One more auto would have finished him from Sniper.
That one Q from Sniper actually saved Crazy Moving's life. H82 was about to throw Naziva over to the other side, but really couldn't complete from that skill.
So, you know, Darvish has always in the past preferred Palm, and he's always been very save-oriented, if that makes sense. He was a big Tassadar player, Tassadar main. You see this taunting continuing. Wow, we're gonna watch that. Yeah, I'm pressing B. Oh yeah, me too, I'm pressing B. Oh yeah, I'm right-clicking. Yeah, me too,
no sprays
I'm
yet.
circles.
No sprays yet, so later on we're gonna have sprays, taunts. We're gonna have lots of things in game.
Imagine
coming up in a few weeks, I guess.
Oh, look at this CC though coming in. The root on the Sniper. Yeah, at H82, Diablo does a lot of damage ever since he was buffed a while back. Does actually escape. Sniper does.
Yeah, Sniper was actually very close to catch on that last bit of fire, but just dodges pretty comfortably.
Yeah, he actually has to go home though, so it's going to relieve the pressure in this tri lane for quite some time. Even Darvish backing off. Looks like they might rotate up to take the Siege Giant camp here as we are 2:15 in. So the cap timing is definitely going to be better here for Miracle, with Dami winning the top lane. In fact, winning it and knocking the ammo out.
Ooh,
Notice Honkono's position too, like he always does this when the white lane is won, just for protection. Okay, here comes the invade though. This is really well timed. Really well timed by Raven. However, it does not succeed, and it is going to be H82 falls. Honkono with the flank, going to catch Joju. This is going to be a triple. Dion will be the last to fall. Ouch. Well-timed attack.
Yes.
Execution, however, perhaps a little bit lackluster. They will get the tribute for it, but the EXP gain for Miracle is going to be immense, and I think more worth than that tribute.
It's worth a try, and really, I was trying to question why they're not going for their own camp at 2 when Miracle was going for the camp. Of course, this is the map view. Basically, that's like a set strategy of the map. Well, they just very good chance. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say. I mean, I have to agree with you, but I feel like they felt like, okay, we have this super aggressive comp. We have Diablo's CC. Why not use it? But now they're gonna lose 2 walls for this 3-death situation. When you have a Hammer and a Nazebo on your team, especially when you have the top solo later being a Dehaka, you're really playing with fire when you make a move like this. Nice cleanse here. Actually, it wasn't even a cleanse, it just got out of there, but I want to say this one more time. When you make a risk like that on this huge map, it costs a lot of resources, and if you fail, the cost is higher than what you could have gotten even if you got the steal.
Yeah, something that Raven does a lot, and they often end up losing after trying. They don't commit fully enough. They commit some, and they lose a lot more. And when they if they actually committed fully, maybe they could have got good picks and actually got trades. So it would be actually about even, not too much of a loss for them, but just committing 3 of them and Zeratul just staying on that top lane. I think that really made the difference.
Well, we're going to see Hamlin actually under fire. Honkono reveals, goes ahead and teleports over here. Isn't going to necessarily get the blink with the stun coming in. Does go down. And that is a heavy amount of pressure we saw committed here for Miracle, but they're going to get that and this cap. And look at the bot lane. It's currently dominated here by Crazy Moving, who's in fact going to harass right now Tychus. So the only EXP they missed was a little bit in the mid lane, but they already knocked that wall down. So this is just domination already here for Miracle. 5 kills to 1 and an entire level lead. They're going to have 10 first. And Crazy Moving wants to even start to put some damage onto the fort here.
Yep, and having the Haka on top lane just soaking the EXP. Raven is so slow on this macro. I don't think they can catch up. It'll be super hard to actually catch this up. They need to win at least a big, like, 5-man wipeout, and then they can catch macro up. Then it will be about even.
Okay, Diong here caught. And this is going to be another heavy dive. Sniper just doing free damage. Diong, I'm not even sure which direction he's trying to go here, but he does just fall down. The zombie wall going to catch him if he went the top way. Turn around way too late. Here's the burrow for Dami to try to escape up here in the top lane. Root going to lock him out. He will go down. It's a 1-for-1, but still, level 10 here first for Miracle. They've already done way more damage than this top push maybe ever will do in the bot lane. They haven't even gotten the fort under attack yet, so if you look at what damage is traded, this is way better for Miracle. Raven kind of has to do this. They have to get to 10. They have to sit and soak. Well, this is painful, and MVP is going to go for a boss steal here, which can set them up for Curse with double boss. Yeah, and Raven knows about this. They need to get into position. Look at how far away Hamlin is.
They know it, but they can't really do anything. They just hit 10. Maybe this is their chance, but Geratul is way too far away right now. They can't really engage.
Hamlin was way too far away. Now HA2 is going to get caught. Hamlin is finally coming in here. He's going to look for the Void Apocalypse once more. Going to be a double. Can they actually get the damage to finish this off? HA2 is going to have to turn around. They have the pre-setup on the Disintegrate. NMX with a great angle here. Finally, this combo looks good. It's going to be a double, and that's going to be 2 resets, but they're not going to be able to get any more than that. They need to get and defend that boss, though, which is now working on their keep wall. Can they defend the boss and get this tribute? It's going to be a tall order. 8 seconds to go for Sniper, and once Dahaka respawns, he can teleport in. Looks like they're going to let this go. No one's here to deny this. Miracle's going to focus on their Merc control instead, and they'll probably take the second boss once they respawn and regroup.
Okay, both teams almost getting the Curse with 2 tributes on both sides. That's exactly what they needed. They needed to win the team fight solidly for themselves, and the boss, of course, made the push all the way to the second one edge. It pulled on to that. The HG2 caught again.
Oh, look at that zombie donut getting the grab there onto Diablo. When you have a zombie wall position like that, it's tough to get away when you get caught like this. So much CC. They're not even going to commit to the boss yet. They want to get the fort first for free, keep the lane pressure, and they're going to go for the tribute. Just bossless.
That was their chance to actually catch everything up. But Diablo's not the worst target, as Diablo's got the soul to respawn right after he's already in place.
And now he's way less tanky than he was before, though. Not as strong as he's trying to get in here. Hamlin looking for a pick from the side. Void's up in 4. He's already caught, though, and he's stunned. Can't blink. He gets blown up. And that means no hope for the combo here for Raven. They're going to lose this fight. 2 down already. Doesn't have souls this time. They will have the curse against them. That's going to push all the way to the keep. The mid-keep wall will be threatened once that tribute is taken, as you guys can see here. And they're just going to go straight for the keep. Don't forget the boss is still available, so they can retreat back to it fairly easily.
I don't think they want the keep. They want to get the keep and the core. I think they're going to go in aggressive here.
See if they can get some picks. That's what they're going to need if they want to go that deep. I don't think they can. They're going to back off. Hamlin really aggressively poking here. Perhaps just letting them retreat would be the better option here, as this keep wall, as I mentioned, is threatened. And we'll see the slow rotation back, very likely for Miracle, towards their own boss. And they could steal their opponent's boss to keep the pressure on. Okay, here's the attempted Void Apoc combo. Will it be the double? Ice block, so it's only the single, but they're still looking for the kill here. Great palm, though, to actually keep Sniper alive. They still get the kill, though, onto Hunkono. Will it be a counter onto H82? Good retreat here for Raven.
There's a 5v4, and the only one left is a Disintegrate coming out from Raven. And Miracle also used basically all of them except Avatar, and Hunkono's already blown up, so couldn't really make that happen.
Yeah, they're just going to back off. They may even, with all the lane pressure here, just take the safe boss. If Raven actually committed to denying this, they would lose so much more than the boss could do anyways. So, just going to sit here and take this boss for free. Hunkono respawns. Not super long death timers here at sub 10 minutes, 9:55. Raven's going to take these Giants, which will help relieve some of that frost pressure they know is coming their way. But this is going to help Miracle shave off another tribute to prevent the curse. And in terms of objectives, it's really the main one right now. Miracle may even escort it. As you can see, Sniper already aggressively positioned to set up for this boss to go deep.
As we already saw it twice, the big APOC combo is not really connecting onto multiple targets, maybe just one. There's the Ice Block, there's the Burrow on the Haka. Miracle has a lot of skills and talents to actually dodge that combo. So Raven's target, and Hamlet is the one that actually has to target with that Void Prison. So if he chooses onto better targets with better Void Prison, I think they have a good chance of turning this around still.
Well, this is going to be a really scary situation for Raven because they just need to play conservative. They have a decent amount of poke. They do not want to get picked or wiped because they could lose the game right here, but defending the keep just seems out of the question. Down it goes. They're going to try to engage here. Once more, the pick onto Sniper is what they're looking for here. Will the palm go off? No, not this time. Darvish unable to get it. So it's going to be the kill. 5v4 now for Raven. And Miracle will have to back off and retreat, but they're now down 2 keeps. And that catapult pressure is really going to start to stack up. They already have 2 down here in the bot lane, as now being shown by our observer. Someone's always going to have to clean that. They have no globals. That's a big problem. And it's an even bigger problem now with the catapult pressure in 2 lanes.
Picking off 1 is good, but they actually need 2 or more. Raven is not really getting much out of the team fight, even after winning the team fight, because Miracle is just so on point with their movements right after that Raven can't really go to boss, as Miracle was checking for that boss if they were rushing for that boss. I think they really have to push their lives here. Even if they end up losing, they really have to risk their next move and try to do something else.
It's better to risk and potentially catch up sometimes than to just sit back and fail, as you're saying. And they need a better opportunity. They need to wait for 16. And I think their best shot is to take a defensive boss engage on blue side. They have 16 now. I feel like everything you're saying about how much they've committed to this APOC is true, because even though they kill Sniper, and they have twice now, they have realistically spent 3 or 4 heroics in order to do so. And so Miracle still gets a decent trade and an objective. Now this is the fight I feel like they have the best chance to win, but Joju's taking so much damage already. He's going to have to Ice Block. There's the Ice Block. It's way too late, though. He is certainly going to go down, knocked in there by Sniper, and this is likely to be game. Yes, they could go for the APOP combo, but it's not even worth it anymore. Who are they going to kill? H82 is getting chased by Sniper. One more auto to do it. Actually, he's going to get it with the napalm. Hamlin also revealed. Darvish on the chase, and Sniper is just knocking them off one by one. That's 3 kills, and that will be game. Miracle will take a 2-0 lead here, not even needing this tribute, not even needing another boss.
even using Palm on that Sergeant Hammer looks way too good, and that's going to be another kill. This is game over for Raven, and Miracle just standing on top. Darvish with the perfect cares, and those, I think, picking the Zevo and having that Ice Block against the combo really made the difference.
Definitely made a huge one for sure. Joju here drops down the Twilight Dream. We'll get one more kill on the Sniper. KDA takes a pretty big hit in this best of 5, but it will be the 2-0 lead now for MVP Miracle, as H82's Apox gives us a second little ceremony. Crazy moving, killing it in that game. Some really good zombie walls. Excellent targeting. We saw